On today's program, we'll talk to the State Investment Council about its losses on Wall Street. The state's permanent funds have lost 30% of their value, $11 billion. The governor is in Rome, where he's attending a ceremony coming up in the next couple of days to celebrate the repeal of the death penalty in New Mexico. He got the call last week. Taxpayers are paying for the trip. His office isn't saying how much it costs, so we'll talk to a travel agent, try to replicate his trip by booking a cheap flight, cheap hotel digs, and finding out what it might cost to get there. That's coming up right now. We've been reporting that New Mexico's governor is set out for Rome, where he's taking part in a ceremony to celebrate the repeal of the death penalty in New Mexico. He's traveling at taxpayer expense, but his office says they didn't know exactly what the true cost of the trip is. We thought it would be interesting to find out what such a trip might cost by replicating it as closely as we can to what the governor might do. On the line, president of Westwind Travel in Santa Fe, Terry Williams-Keffer. You do this all the time. Let's say I'm the governor. I want to book a trip with, say, a week's notice to Rome. What could you do for me?
Well, there are some very good flights to Rome. We either have something such as Delta going from Albuquerque to Atlanta and then nonstop to Rome, or American from Albuquerque to Chicago and then nonstop to Rome. The airfares that you would be looking at if you were traveling in economy, which I'm sure the governor probably is not.
Well, I don't know. I'm a pretty conscientious governor in a state with a budget deficit. Maybe I will go economy. I'm assuming he does.
That's probably true, especially with the economy as it is. If we did have advance notice, the airfare could be as low as $670 round trip.
Wow.
If we don't have advance notice, it would be more in the neighborhood of $2,200.
Now, advance notice, how far in advance would that be?
Oh, 7 days. It depends on the airfares at the time. 7 days sometimes is sufficient. Otherwise, we're looking more like 14 days.
Well, let's see. We'll take the chance that the 7-day advance notice is what I had available to me when they called me from Rome to say, would you get over here and attend this event, this lighting of the Colosseum. So, $670, that's all inclusive for airfare?
Yeah, it's all inclusive, all of the taxes and the security fees.
Now, what kind of flight time is it? Is it convenient to get on? And how long does it take?
Well, a total travel time, it is very convenient to get on, but of course you're losing a number of hours when you do fly that. So it's more like, let's see, if my computer will answer me here, very decent flights leaving out of Albuquerque would be at, my computer's running slow, there's one here that is it's early morning, but it's at 6:25 a.m. on Delta with an approximately 5-hour layover in Atlanta.
Wow.
You would arrive the next day into Rome at 7:55 a.m. And on that one, or actually, there's one a little bit better at 8:40. Total time travel is about 15 hours and 15 minutes.
Any way I can avoid that 5-hour layover?
There is actually another one that makes it a little bit closer layover. There's an 8:40 a.m. departure, and it is a change of planes in Atlanta again with about 3 hours there. So a little bit easier on your soul.
Okay, I'll take that one, $700 for that. Assuming that I'm going to be tired when I get there, I won't save the money on a cab. I will take a cab instead of the bus to a hotel. Where would you recommend I stay in Rome?
Well, some of the nicer hotels would be something like the Hassler or the Eden Hotel. They are not inexpensive. The regular going rate for just a standard room is about $550 per night.
Ouch.
Yeah. But we do have some other ones, such as the Gregoriana, which I like a lot. It's right near the Spanish Steps. And that would really be about $300 per night.
Now, we're running a deficit in New Mexico. What do you have for $150?
Ooh, probably an apartment would be where you would be staying, but there are some very nice apartments that are close to the Spanish Steps or to the Via Borghese. But I think it would be more such as either an apartment or one thing that we have been doing is putting people in convents.
In what? Convents?
In convents, yes.
Convents.
They are very simple, but very clean, very nice. The only problem that you might have is that they do have a 10:30 curfew. And the Romans do tend to eat late and stay out walking the streets with their families late.
I might give that a try. What would a convent cost New Mexico taxpayers?
Oh, we would be looking at probably about $100 a night.
That's for me.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. I think I'm all set then.
Great. It's a lovely trip. I think you would enjoy it. And, of course, the food in Rome is incredible.
We're on our way.
Great. Thank you so much, Bill.
Terry Williams-Keffer at Westwind Travel. Thanks so much.